Traders, in this video I'm going to be sharing with you my live trading session scalping S&P 500 and mini futures, and the time frame is 2000 tick chart. Now I'm relying solely on price action, which means I'm trading based on the naked candles as they are printing on a chart. There's the 21 bar exponential moving average, this blue line, but this is a supportive indicator only. And from a price action perspective, I can see that the structure is trading range. I have the key level here, I have the key level at the top. Prices are swinging up and down, and this is telling me this is a clear trading range. We can see that the price broke above the trading range and breakout fell back into trading range. This is according to price action rules. Most breakouts of trading ranges will fail, and you always want to bet against the breakout and that it will pull back into the trading range. Now you guys can see I'm following these trend lines on the chart. This is because I want to follow the trend line rule. Right now we're in the middle of trading range, so I'm being a little bit patient, and we will see if we can get clean high probability setup soon. Stock market opened 5 minutes ago, and you can see that the price action rules are still working. We had a downtrend working lower, we had a small break, new extreme. This is opportunity to fade the breakout. Price pull back, tested the trading range, and we are right now working back into the trading range. Now this move down was fairly strong, so we can easily keep pushing lower, but you never want to keep selling the breakout phase. You always want to wait for the pullback, and if you want to sell, you want to sell the pullback, the breakout pullback pattern, because most of these breakouts will fail at least temporarily. But right now the structure is looking quite bearish, and we'll see how the price action is going to react. Resuming the video, and I'm sitting on my hands. I haven't taken a trade because prices look too bearish, but at the same time we were right close to this trading range, so I wasn't sure whether I'm supposed to look for shorts or longs. There was a second entry short right here, but at the time I had a break and renewal of the short and downtrend, and I wasn't really sure about the structure, whether we're going to pull back. And in these situations when I have two conflicting beliefs and I'm thinking whether this is a downtrend or this is a bigger trend range, I'm just sitting patiently. I don't want to gamble when I'm not sure. I don't want to take a risk. I need a clean entry and clean setup where I know what I'm doing. Alright traders, resuming the video, as we had a gorgeous setup, first high probability setup for the day that I was sure about but didn't really form nicely. We had visual first leg down, second leg down, two-legged pullback down. You guys can see prices pull back into a trading range, and this is a massive bullish rally. So after two-legged correction played out, you guys can see EMA kept holding price. I wanted to take this trade looking for a new extreme of this uptrend because this is the first break. So following the trend line rule, I expect new high. But if you guys take a look, doji bearish and then neutral doji. So I cannot take none of these bars. I was just forced to sit here and watch if I get a decent bullish bar, and the bullish bar that form is way too big. I already missed the entire scalp, and scalp was made, so I cannot take this big bar right here. So unfortunately this was a great entry to take, but I couldn't enter because the signal bars are bad, and I need to follow good signal bars because I want to see a good confirmation of my direction that I want to go long in and my momentum. Prices form break, new extreme, indicating to me that this uptrend played out following the price action rule. Also notice most breakouts of this trading ranges will fail, at least temporarily, and we pull back again into this trading range. But I generally like to take a second attempt to sell. Even this first attempt to fade the breakout will work because you keep your stop loss one tick above the signal bar. But right now I want to see a safer setup. I'm looking for prices to give me a reversal pattern, which is characterized by two failed attempts in previous trends direction, which was bullish, and uptrend needs to play out, have new extreme, and needs to be below EMA. So right now I can see that we form a lower high, confirmation of failed breakout. Was considering taking the lower high in itself, but I'm really waiting for reversal pattern and hoping we will get a nice short long trap, second entry long below EMA after new high, coming back into trading range. Let's see if we can get failed second entry long here. But I can see new high, first entry long, second entry long failure, big bearish bar. But right now I need to see a break below this gigantic bearish bar. Come on, can we break below? The bar is big, so I'm definitely going to use limit order here to lower my stop loss. So we may not even get a trigger here, and looks like we will not get the break here. All right, so looks like we will not get a failed second entry long. So look tempting, but there is no trigger, one tick below this bar right here, and for that reason I need to wait. All right, so we just had a lower high which I attempted to take. I didn't even manage to record it because it happened so quickly. My limit order wasn't even filled, but what I saw, we had a downtrend working lower, and you guys can see how the trading range keeps following the price action rules. You never can go wrong buying low and selling high. There was a break. We didn't really create new extreme, which surprised me, but strong push above exponential moving average. Now I have to switch the gears. We had a bullish uptrend that needed new extreme, and I was looking for second entry long at the EMA, but we only had first entry long, price created new high, second leg to new extreme. So uptrend played out after two legs to new extreme, coming from range highs again, which is the bigger pattern, strong push below EMA and lower high confirmation setup of this failed breakout right below EMA, great bearish reversal bar. But when I prepare my limit order, it already gapped up. You guys can see there's a gap. We didn't even tick one tick back. There was no way for me to get filled with the limit order. Unfortunately, I missed this entry right here. So right now, sitting here without a single setup, you cannot force entries. You still need to follow the plan, follow the rules. And if you can't sit here and watch this market print, you need to take quick breaks. Right now, I'm just sitting here patiently waiting. This was the nice trade. All right, traders, I'm preparing the video as we have a failed second entry long, quick reversal, which I'm going to enter on engulfing. I'm going to go for 8 ticks. And wow, that was a fast trade. So I'm going to quickly tighten the stop loss at break even because anything is just a bonus. And what was I looking at? I saw new high, first entry long, pullback, second entry long, failure. At first, I was looking at new low, first entry short, second entry short. But this second entry short is a doji bar above EMA and a little bit congested. But notice what happened. There was a big bullish bar that at the very last second instantly reversed down and created a failed second entry long below EMA, and this downtrend spike in a channel pattern still needs to get new extreme. And we're coming from the highs of the trading range all the way down to these lows. This is my first trade for the day. We came from range highs, spike, and a channel pattern. You guys can see the first leg is very steep, two big bearish legs, and then prices got a little bit choppy. Pull back to exponential moving average. This is the key entry point. This is where I expect a high probability setup. The second entry short was a little bit sketchy, but the failed second entry long, I believe it was a nice momentum trap, and it confirmed the second entry short. Either way, it looks like we may get stopped out here on our runner, so no runner for us. We still expect to get new extreme. So this is my first trade for the day. I haven't taken any other setup, and just goes to show that you have to be patient. If you miss a lot of setups, if you didn't get filled in some of these setups, or you just didn't really read it correctly, you have to be patient, and one high probability setup will eventually appear. There were a couple of decent setups before that, but I didn't get filled in a couple of these. Signal bars weren't really great, and we even had nice first entry short, second entry short off the highs. But you really need to act quick today. Everything is moving a little bit fast once the setup forms. But hopefully you guys understand the context here, and hopefully you guys can see how you play the trading range. I'm sticking to the short-term channels for the most part. I'm not looking for any wider patterns by any means. All right, traders, and we have a lower high forming, and EMA keeps holding price, which I'm going to enter. And this signal bar is quite big, but I really like this entry again now. And I'm going to leave 10 tick target profit because I'm risking quite a lot. And I see new high, first entry long, second entry long, failure. And I see a lower high. We actually had lower high here, but this is not a good entry because notice how far away from exponential moving average the body is. The tail barely touched it and instantly reversed down. This is too far down. But now this was the proper pullback, great bearish bar, and hopefully we can reach, come on, a couple more ticks. We need to tick through the limit order. We bounced off my order, but we need to tick through. So I'm basically looking at it as a lot, and we got filled. Perfect. This was our second back-to-back trade. Exponential moving average keeps holding price. I still expect for prices to create new extreme. And wow, we actually managed to get 2 trades right one after another after the entire day of trading. So I'm going to keep the runner and we will see how it will play out. But we are very close to these lows, so I'm just going to trail it really tight if you manage to get one and be happy with a couple of points. All right, we are bouncing at the support, so I'm going to trail it really tight because this support right now has been holding the entire time. And we may easily bounce back, so I'll be happy if I take 3 points. That will be more than enough. And I'm actually going to... We'll see how this bar will finish here. I'm going to actually keep trailing it like this. In this way, I'm squeezing as much as I can out of it. Come on. So this was a lower high. EMA kept holding price. Downtrend needed to get a new extreme. And we're coming from the highs all the way down to the support. So back to back. I sat here the entire day just for these 2 setups. but these were quite easy to spot. So I'm going to trail it once again. We can actually get, now we're around 5 points. We're actually get some decent running here. Come on. This may actually be our wider channel, but I'm going to tighten this really tight and take around 8 points. I'm not going to risk it too much on trading range like this. 8 points is gigantic runner on a day like this when this is a trading range, and we got out. Till second entry long, lower high, even with the first lower high form right here. But the reason why I don't like it, because it is right at the very lows. It is so far from the EMA. Alright traders, so I'm gonna wrap it up with my 2 trades. Support keeps holding, resistance keeps holding. This is a clear trading range. You're not drawing any wider channels. You're sticking for the most part to the short-term channels. You can see that this wider pattern is not really confirmed yet. We pushed back into a trading range. There was a second entry short, but it didn't trigger first below this bearish bar and then the bullish bar form. So you cannot enter there because it's stalled now. It's too congestive, and fortunately would have avoided this trade right here. But their support keeps holding, and right now we're pushing back up. I'm glad I managed to get 2 trades. I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Take care, everybody.